Thinking about relocating to Caledonia, Michigan? Well, stop right here. You found the right spot. We're gonna break down some awesome reasons to live in this West Michigan community. Gonna touch on some topics like business, location, my favorite real estate. We're gonna dig into some recreation, and we're gonna talk schools. And we absolutely love traveling around West Michigan, bringing you the latest and greatest of what it's like to live in greater Grand Rapids, the West Michigan communities, and happy to be in Caledonia, Michigan today. Hi everybody, my name is Josh May with RE/MAX of Grand Rapids, and let's get into it. Okay, so let's first start with location and the overall feel of the community here. Let's start with location. So we're 15 minutes southeast of downtown Grand Rapids, and Caledonia is a very accessible community. We're just south of the M6 corridor. And so if people want to get over to Lansing quickly, if you want to get back up to Grand Rapids quickly, if you want to cruise down to Kalamazoo, down 131, cruise over to Holland, over to Chicago, I mean, it's a very accessible location here. Another reason people love living here is it's really close to the airport. I mean, the airport is, 5 minutes, 7 minutes north. So a lot of people will come to us and say, hey, Josh, we got to be close to the airport. Caledonia definitely makes sense. Let's get into the overall feel of the community. Been walking around these parts for 23 years, and things have changed. I would say Caledonia used to be a little bit more of a farming community and has turned into a little bit more of a rural/suburban feel with a little bit of a farming mix. People love coming down here to have a little more space, but again, we'll touch base on some real estate options later. But just think rural, a little bit suburban. You've got some beautiful farm country in between, and that is Caledonia. Okay, so do you want to learn more about the businesses thriving in Caledonia? I'm going to break a couple things down for you. I'm going to start with your dining options, and what I didn't explain earlier was just kind of how Caledonia was situated. Caledonia's got a small village feel. It's a very small village feel, which in that village feel, you're gonna find some old school restaurants and some new school, but you're gonna see the Family Tavern, best burgers in town. You're gonna see Fricano's across the street. And then you've got M37, which is the main drag through Caledonia. You're gonna see some other places. You got Brand's Family Steakhouse, which is a Grand Rapids, West Michigan staple. And then you've also got Uccello's on M37. Diving into some other businesses that are thriving. I'm sure some of you have heard of Amazon. Does that ring a bell? Yes, Amazon Fulfillment Center is now in Caledonia. That's a recent development. Another recent development is Davenport University has moved most of the university down to this area. And then again, as I mentioned, it's a very big farming community. So farming is a big business in the Caledonia area. All right, so let's talk about some recreational activities in and around the Caledonia community. And of course, I'm standing in a beautiful park right now. I'm in Caledonia Lakeside Park. And what a cool park. You've got beautiful water, hiking trails, tons of playground. And one of the other things I want to mention that I hadn't mentioned before is the Thornapple River runs north and south right through the Caledonia community. So if you want to go enjoy some fishing, kayaking, boating, hiking up the river, the Thornapple River would be a great opportunity to do that. Some of the other parks and recreational activities, you've got the Community Green Park right downtown Caledonia, which offers an awesome amphitheater, a great place to hang out. And then, you've got the Paul Henry Trail, which connects Caledonia to Gaines Township, to Byron Center, to Kentwood, an awesome paved trail that people really, really enjoy. For the golf enthusiasts, I would say the #1 golf course you want to be aware of in this area is Saskatoon. It's got 45 holes, a great golf course area is Saskatoon. So you've got the Thornapple River, you've got all the parks, all the hiking trails, all the golf, plenty of opportunities for recreational activities in this community. Okay, next for the kids, how about schools in the Caledonia community? I'm gonna break those down next. As I mentioned, Caledonia School District is a very large geographical area. It stretches north up past the airport It stretches east over to Alden Nash Avenue, south all the way down to 108th Street, and then all the way west over to Eastern Avenue, which is right on the border of Byron Center schools. Now, as far as the school opportunities for the kids, there's a total of 10 schools in Caledonia. You've got 1 preschool, you've got 5 elementary schools. That tells you a little bit about how large the geographical area is. And then you've got 1 intermediate school, you've got 1 middle school, and then you've got 1 high school. Now, the total student population in that high school is about 1,500 students. Total student population for all schools is about 4,500 students. And you've got a student-teacher ratio of 22 to 1. Plenty of activities, plenty of sports, plenty of clubs. It's a very active community as far as pushing and being involved in their high school athletics. But the school system is fantastic. One of the other things I want to mention is simply that Caledonia ranks number 6 in all of Kent County. And 6 in Kent County, and then like 66th out of 600 in the state of Michigan. So very highly ranked school and a great place to send the kids. Okay, so let's learn about Caledonia real estate. Again, you're in the right spot to learn all the things Caledonia, but let's get into my favorite topic, of course, real estate. And let's start with the average price point in Caledonia is hovering right around $450,000 right now. Okay, $450,000, which is a little bit more expensive than the West Michigan average of $350,000. Now, if you're coming to Caledonia, as far as real estate options, you can, again, have whatever you want, right? I mentioned that it's a farming community, so if you're looking for land, if you're looking for space, if you're looking for farm, there's plenty of options out there for that. But if you're looking for a new home in a nice new development, Caledonia is becoming known over the past 10 years for these newer developments, tight-knit communities. They've also got some historical homes lined up through the village. You've got condo opportunities. And the one other thing I want to touch on, because I've got some friends that, you know, they live on Duncan Lake. You've got Green Lake, so you've got some really cool lakes in Caledonia that offer some really cool lakefront, waterfront living, all sports lakes. And again, the 2 lakes would be Green Lake and Duncan Lake. And then you can also live on some golf course communities here in Caledonia. So I know I say this a lot, but it's a large area, so you really can get whatever you want for housing in this community. And with that being said, I hope you learned a little bit more about Caledonia and the reasons why it's fantastic to live in this highly sought after West Michigan community. We love traveling this city and bringing you a feel for what it's like to live, not only in Caledonia, but in West Michigan. So if you liked it, we would absolutely love for you to subscribe, give us a like, and if you want to learn more about a community we haven't touched base on, put it in the comments. If you want to ask us a question about what it's like to live in Caledonia, we'll do our best to help. We'll see you guys soon. Have a great day.